Huge, crazy, random ass theory, who the fuck knows, but what if Botamo, the big fucking Winnie the Pooh motherfucker, is the Majin Buu of Universe 6? Right there, let's jump off with crazy shit like that. Since a lot of the content in this chapter I already spoke about in my spoiler video, what about that right there? Who the fuck knows? Because Botamo, I hope they're not just introducing Crustfucks. I hope him and Megama, whatever the fuck, the big robot motherfucker, I hope that they're not just crusties that are there. I hope that they're actually significant and their designs are a ploy to throw you off. Now, for starters with this chapter, again, the beginning of the chapter, we find out, well, Piccolo senses anyway, that Frost doesn't feel evil, even though he looks identical to Frieza. So again, with the Universe 6 thing, it seems as though certain aspects are opposite, and then some things are just completely different. Like, that's the opposite. If Frieza in our universe is like completely an evil piece of shit, then Frost in his universe is a really good guy. Again, though, if he became Emperor of the Universe, something like that, how the fuck does that happen if you're a good guy and not an evil guy? But nonetheless, that's what the, aura that Piccolo senses from him. Although Piccolo has been proven to be somewhat wrong in certain regards, because remember at the World Martial Arts Tournament when he sensed Supreme Kai or Kaioshin, whatever the hell you want to call him, his aura or his ki, and he was like just devastated by him. And I think that was, maybe you could argue that that was more so like a respecting, like, because it just felt like this crazy energy and whatnot that he's never sensed before, so you could argue that. But it turned out Supreme Kai was just a really good guy, so that's kind of making me wonder, like, does Piccolo have it right? And if so, how did Frost amass his power if he is indeed a good emperor? Because we find out in this chapter as well that Kabe and the Universe 6 Saiyans are good guys as well. So it's kind of like, if Frost is a good guy, the Saiyans are good guys, then you gotta assume that everything is possibly, or not everything, but most of the things. So whatever happened in our universe is going to be the opposite. And yet again, if there is a Kakarot in Universe 6, which there's been, twins of everybody, then Kakarot in Universe 6 is going to be the evil one, since Goku is good. And Vegeta is going to be good, because in our universe he was bad, but then maybe later he goes from good to bad. I don't know how that would work. And I really hope that was actually a setup and not just a throwaway line when Vegeta was like, oh, I want to go to Planet Salad sometime, do you mind if I come visit? And he was like, sure. Like, I really hope we get to see, a lot more than just this tournament. I hope the Universe 6 arc goes on for a really long time, and maybe even some arcs after that. But like, I hope that that wasn't just like, just for the sake of saying it. Like, I really hope we get to see the Saiyans of Universe 6 aside from Kabe or Kaba or whatever the fuck you want to call him. And it's funny, but I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why they don't have Kales in Universe 6, I mean, aside from the story-wise that, Evolution eventually knocked them right out of, which I guess that would explain, in a way, Goten and Trunks. I don't know how that would work, because Gohan did have a tail. So, I mean, aside from the fact that the overall reasoning being that probably they just didn't want to draw that shit, because that's probably a pain in the ass to draw. And Boo's dumb fucking ass. How the fuck you can't even get your name right, bro? I'm wondering, so is it gonna just indeed be a 100% 4-on-5? Or are they going to bring Gohan in? Like, that's really one of the big things that I really, really want from this arc. Please bring Gohan in, or have him do something on planet Earth, save Earth, something. Make Gohan fucking return with a badass motherfucking light. And I hope that this tournament actually plays out all the way through. I hope it's not like the, Majin Buu, right before Majin Buu showed up, that tournament where like it got cut off. Like, because right now we got the order. It's going to be Goku, then Piccolo, then Vegeta, and then Monaka, assuming that there's not a replacement for Majin Buu, which they definitely should get a replacement. Please get a replacement. Please let it be Son Gohan. And the chapter definitely felt a lot of classic Toriyama comedy, and once again, like I said in my latest episode review, this is what separates like Dragon Ball Super from different things that have been done by different people, like GT not being done by Toriyama, except character designs. It has that Toriyama spirit that made us fall in love with the series to begin with. Like when Goku is like, I ate too much, I'm gonna exercise against Botamo. That is the humor that we grew up with Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's some of the things that made it special, opposed to just like non-stop action. It's those little comedic bits that make no sense whatsoever, and it's kind of like anime and manga, like, that's a lot of what happens nowadays, but that's a little special charm. Also, we got to see Botamo shoot beams out of his ears, which is kind of one of the small things that, like, if I made a crazy theory with barely any facts to go on, it's kind of like how Majin Buu shoots out smoke from his ears. Like, who the fuck knows? I just hope something really epic comes from Botamo, because at the end of the chapter, it was kind of like a little setup again that Champa, or foreshadowing for that matter, this is not even his, like, peak. He hasn't even really gotten into his real strength yet, so we'll see. I don't really expect the Goku versus Botamo fight to be that long, because he was already fucking working him out and Goku was just fucking around, so we might actually have a quick fight with this one. So yeah, honestly, good chapter, a lot of exposition in this chapter and setup, so it was probably, I want to say, a 7.5. If you're pushing it, 8, but I want to lay on the 7.5 because it was just mainly exposition and getting a little bit more setup and stuff like that. Hopefully next chapter, the Goku versus Botamo fight really kicks off, and again, please please bring Gohan in. But let me know what you thought of the chapter. You think that it was just a throwaway line of Vegeta saying, yeah, I want to visit Salad at some given point? What do you think about Boo failing a test? You think they're going to actually bring Gohan in? And your overall thoughts of the chapter and, you know, the Universe 6 Saiyans and whatnot. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, make sure to drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.